しなけどな、なんのね、なんのね、君が目を覚まさないように静かに静かに、目覚ましのそばに置いとくわ、こっそりこっそり、どんなリアクション見せてくれるの、隣を見るから見守っていればね、そう変えてる君の大好きよね、その寝癖
Alright, considering that there's no one here, I have decided to step in for without any warning whatsoever. I'm Silos, who is going to be your commentator for this match between Weathersito and Norian. I really find it interesting how both players seem to have some sort of difficulty on the long notes. It's kind of rare to see like two 98s or 97s around the range in round of 32. But this is a skill set where not many players really gather early on, so I guess in a way it should also not be a surprising thing. And now, approaching the full Ellen parts, I'm noticing that both of these players are sort of dropping accuracy, so it's something to consider here. Number one, who's gonna drop faster? And right now, Norian is at risk of doing so. The lead is actually shrinking now that we're approaching more full lengths, but Weathersito is gonna find a drop of their own. Norian traces back, and that was a huge act drop! That was super brutal! Weathersito takes the lead in return. That was super unfortunate. Norian like had it for most of it. And we can see that based on the 200 count alone, Norian had a disadvantage to begin with. But look at that ratio. It's kind of weird to see the one with the worst 200 count have the better ratio in general. Though, I guess that's kind of expected when you did good most of the chart and then had a very sloppy ending, so I guess it kind of makes sense in the long run. Though, this is a bad position to be in if you are Weathersito. It seems like that was actually Norian's pick, as based on the refereeing here, it is Weathersito's. Wait, okay, no, that was Norian's pick. That was Norian's pick. Okay, I got it. I just, you know, I just woke up an hour ago. Please give me a chance. But anyways, actually wait, no, 2 hours ago. Regardless, Hybrid 1 is an interesting selection. I've seen this to be one of the more technical-oriented maps in general. So maybe Weathersito is going for something very awkward, which I think is a good move. If Norian isn't that comfortable on the more straightforward maps, like the long note map that we saw a while ago, then could we really expect Norian to do any better on like the more technical oriented picks? I think is what Weathersito is going for. But what was that drop at the start? Certainly not what you want immediately, as this would give Norian an advantage at the start. But that's only if Norian could hold the accuracy lead intact. So, as of this moment, there's barely any moments where you have the opportunity to increase that act. I saw Weathersito drop another 200, but Norian finds a miss of their own, and that's actually gonna matter so much more than Weathersito's initial drops, because that's when Norian was approaching the combo cap, and dropping again is certainly not gonna help. Weathersito making a good pick after all. It was very, very smart of them to target something very technical, knowing that your opponent is a little bit weaker on the straightforward side, then the technical could probably also be affected. Now here's the problem. Norian's been finding drops here and there, but the accuracy is clearly on their favor if both of them were full comboing this map. So I'd say 2 drops from Weathersito would matter much more than if Norian would like find something. Though Weathersito is increasing to act fast. Oh, never mind, that was actually a miss, but I think the cushion has already been made. Oh wait, that was another drop. Could we see a potential comeback happening? This is where the hardest part of the map really is. Norian cannot afford to make any mistakes, never mind! But Weathersito trades one back. However, I don't think there's enough time for Norian to be able to make any significant progress on coming back. The map really is technical, yeah, but time's just run out, unfortunately, and Norian is now in a 3-0 deficit. That is not a good chance. That is not a good position to be in at all. I mean, it's not impossible, yes, but like, the chances of winning are certainly very low. You have to win 3 points in a row, get 2 break... Wait, no, get 1 break point. And get 1 break point. Getting 1 alone is really difficult. I would say Norian should pick Maid Chan Yori. Like, I get that picking, like, Ellen is kind of, like, your last resort should be. Like, let's say you're down 3-2 and you want to pick something that secures a tiebreaker, but you're in a position where you absolutely cannot lose 1 point, and you have to start. Looks like they're going for Higashi. I mean, you almost won the hybrid, I guess, so I guess Higashi is an understandable choice. Alright, what is going on? That is very unfortunate. Also, is it me or the red, blue, and white kind of looks like a different flag? This is North American Mania Tournament, everyone. This is not... I don't know. Kind of reminds me of a certain... Is this the Netherlands flag? Or, I don't know. Anyways, this is looking to be a wonderful pick for Norian. I guess this is why Norian was saving Hybrid 2 for this moment. Hybrid 1 may have not worked for them, but look at Hybrid 2, it's clearly giving them something to work on. And now, Norian's act is clearly ahead of Weathersito. And for the first time, I have yet to see Weathersito increase and act fast. They're dropping 200s here and there. And another drop! That is very bad. But I can't really blame them. These patterns are some of the most chokeable, especially if you're not proficient in the long note department. Norian finally having a sort of lead. Could they hold on to this? A while ago they had 1 lead on the long note map, but this, I feel like they could hold on. And now we're hitting a break section. The difficult thing is, even on these breaks, there are some short LNs and like sort of one-hand patterns where you have to focus on. Those trails are also very unfriendly if you're not careful. The act lead is sort of closing, but this is the one part where I am really afraid of Norian. Because in the previous long note pick, this is the kind of pattern where they kind of almost lost it. However, right now, they're looking confident at and just not stopping. 98.5 with a big advantage, especially considering that there's only a few more seconds left here. They need to hold on for around 20 seconds more. The patterns aren't getting any easier. The mini jack made Norian drop. Another mini jack made both players drop. Oh man, these mini jacks are really unfriendly to players, but looks like they're both able to survive. And Norian is gonna come out on top, taking victory as they're finally on the board. Very nice job for both players for hitting that kind of bursty jump drill. I can already tell from ratio alone, Norian did have the advantage by a little bit. 200 count was in Norian's favor for the first time, and miscount actually as well. So here's my biggest problem now. So now that Weathersito has the pick, I don't think Norian is in a great position. Considering that Norian lost a Rice pick, in which I'll have to check how that happened. So Ro32 was the selection here. Alright, let's look at this, shall we? It seems like Norian was struggling on the Rice pick, essentially to heaven, while Weathersito almost full comboed that, and I don't know if that's a good sign for things to come, or if that was like a technical issue on their end. Though that is something that they have to be careful about. Here's my biggest problem. Like, is Norian physically capable of something like this? Or will they fall off? Something tells me that, unfortunately, we may have to just wait and see. And right now, I can already see that Norian has an active advantage. I mean, I know it's very early on, but that is telling of things to come. Especially if this is like the first pick, and here we go. Norian finding some 200s early on. Weathersito is in an advantage as of this moment, but there's still a lot of time, really. Norian keeping it up. Very impressive. Weathersito is in an advantage, but Norian is in a position where if Weathersito drops like once or twice, as I say that, Norian is actually gonna have a chance of taking the lead because the combo cap is still approaching for Weathersito. And right now, there's still a shot for Norian to catch up, but the accuracy has to be increased a lot now. The one miss is certainly gonna help Norian's chances, but Weathersito's act is too far ahead. These mini-jacks, I wouldn't expect any of these players to miss anytime now, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Those streams mixed with the mini-jacks are some of the most brutal combinations I've seen. And yet Norian is the one that finds the drop now, so the chances of them taking this back to claw themselves back into the action doesn't look really good, as Weathersito is gonna secure their victory against Norian in the round of 32. That is an unfortunate way to go out for Norian, because they had a really good performance of their own. But at the end of the day, someone has to come out on top, and it's gonna be Weathersito for this match. And yeah, that is a very, very good performance from both players. And thank you so much, everyone. I believe is the last. I believe that's the last match of this round. So now we have the brackets here. We have Neptune versus Mr. New, Disclane, NV, I believe. Peachmarrow versus, I'm not sure, but like we're really going to be seeing some amazing matches here, and I can't wait to see how. Goes. Looks like. So yeah, here we go. Here, on the other hand, is the loser's bracket. So we just saw how everything is gonna come into action. The one thing that I want to see really is that everyone's having fun, everyone's doing their best, and I believe that's all that matters in this tournament, or in tournaments in general. Just have fun, do your best, and like, no matter what the situation is, always do your best and push through no matter what. Once again, I'm Sylvanas Kels, your commentator for this match of the North American Mania Tournament where the A looks sus. Thank you everyone for watching the round of 32. Stay tuned for the Maple Showcase later, and take care!
地球の夜